We all thought playing in Qatar would mean a home field advantage for Iran. We were wrong. On today's episode, we will recap Iran's loss to England and preview the upcoming match with Wales. You know the deal, and you know what time it is. It's time for Team Melli Talk. Carlos Queiroz definitely has some explaining to do. Hi everyone, welcome back to Team Melli Talk. Let's take a look at Iran's starting lineup against England. Getting the start in goal, Ali Reza Bayranvand. As for the back line, Milad Mohammadi, Majid Hosseini, Ruzbeh Cheshmi, Mortaza Pourali Ganji, Sadegh Moharrami. As for the midfielders, Ali Karimi, Ehsan Hajsafi, Ahmad Nurullahi. Up top, Mehdi Taremi and Ali Reza Jahanbash. We'll talk about the roster in more detail later. First, let's review the first half. Bad news early on. Ali Reza Bayranvand collided with defender Majid Hosseini and ends up with a bloody nose. He was down for a while, and Bayranvand actually continued to play for a minute or so, but then fell to the ground and was ultimately replaced by Hossein Hosseini. England would take the lead on a header from Jude Bellingham in the 35th minute. 8 minutes later, Bukayo Saka doubled the lead after the Iranian defenders were outmuscled on a corner kick. Then, in the first minute of stoppage time, Raheem Sterling finished off a perfect cross from Harry Kane, a 3-0 lead for England. Nothing Hossein Hosseini could do on this one. To be honest, after the second goal, we knew Iran was finished. But let's go ahead and review the second half, even though we may not really want to. In the 62nd minute, Saka added his second of the night, a 4-0 lead for England. This was too easy for Saka, and can't be surprised that Hossein Hosseini was very frustrated after this one. 3 minutes later, Taremi gets his first World Cup goal. The lead is cut to 4-1. Obviously not too much to celebrate for Taremi. Iran naturally would start throwing more players forward in hopes of scoring again, but they would end up getting burned by Marcus Rashford in the 71st minute. Rashford with the third fastest substitute goal in World Cup history. The rout continued. Jack Grealish able to tap the ball into the net. This was just bad, plain and simple. Deep into stoppage time, with the help of VAR, Iran was awarded a penalty. Mehdi Taremi stepped up to score his second goal of the night. And that's the way it would end, a 6-2 victory for England over Iran. Okay, there's no beating around the bush here. This was a horrible result for Iran. But before getting to any numbers or statistics, I need to go back and take a look at Carlos Queiroz's starting lineup. Did Carlos Queiroz think he was outsmarting Gareth Southgate by not playing the most probable starters? Well, if that was the case, then he actually did Southgate a big favor. Next, let's remember that Saeed Izzatullahi and Saman Ghoddos were not in the starting lineup. But what is even more frustrating is that Ghoddos didn't even make an appearance as a substitute. Ghoddos plays for Brentford in the English Premier League. I remember Ghoddos getting snubbed sometimes when Iran was coached by Dragan Skocic, but I really don't know what to say right now. I'm definitely at a loss of words. In my projected lineup, I had Ehsan Hajsafi playing as a left back. What is the reasoning with Ehsan Hajsafi playing as a midfielder? From what I've seen, he has problems with ball control. He also has problems with his ball distribution skills. Now this is where I can't be a hypocrite. I had Cheshmi in my projected starting lineup, but we saw that it was not a good idea for him to be playing against England. He has rarely played for Team Melli since 2018. As I have been saying, this game was a disaster. England, obviously the much better team, much more physical, but Iran's defending was so bad that I was stunned. The Iranian players looked like they were scared. From my point of view, they lost their poise and focus, and there was plenty of ball watching going on. On the goal scored by Sterling at the end of the first half, there was almost no effort to break up the cross from Harry Kane. England had only 3 players on this attack, and of course, I can only wonder what was going on here. When Marcus Rashford scored to make it 5-1 for England, he made Majid Hosseini look bad. Take a look at how Majid Hosseini got turned around. Ouch. We can call this third-degree burns. And of course, the last goal for Grealish, well, he was able to simply tap the ball into the net. Aside from the few things I had to say, England dominated every aspect of the game, and from the 7 shots on target, 6 of those were goals. Next up for Iran is a clash with Wales. The two teams have only met one time previously in a friendly match back in 1978. On that day, the Welsh were victorious. Wales is coming off a 1-1 draw with the United States. Gareth Bale scored the only goal for Wales from the penalty spot. Even though it was a tale of two halves, the United States was actually the better team in that 1-1 draw. Wales has its weapons in Gareth Bale, Kiefer Moore, and Daniel James. I honestly think Iran has a chance of getting a positive result against Wales. But if morale is low, I can see Iran's clash with USA as a consolation match. As of now, not in the mood to talk keys to victory for Iran against Wales. When looking back at the loss to England, the Team Melli players looked shell-shocked, and it appears that other distractions have taken a toll. If Iran wants to have some kind of opportunity for success, then everyone on Team Melli must believe in one another, and of course, Carlos Queiroz must field a much better starting lineup. This is not a time to get cute or experimental. Get the boys to focus on playing smart and playing as a team.